Hi guys, this is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. They mean the world to me. This is the daily forecast for all signs. This is a general collective reading, so you have to figure out where it best applies in your life. If you are watching this on YouTube, please check out the drop-down menu underneath the video. It gives you information on how to get a hold of me, how to book a private reading, how to support the channel. Please hit the thumbs up button. It's a great way to show the channel some love, and subscribe if you're new. If you're watching this over on Facebook, please go over to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. And feel free to read the drop-down menu on any of the daily videos there. Just give you insight into what I want you to think about and how I want you to best utilize these videos if you are watching them on a regular basis. Now, this is for Saturday, May 1st. So welcome in May. We've shifted the decks. I've decided to go with the traditional Rider-Waite and the new deck, the HEDGEWITCH Botanical Oracle. So we'll see what sort of messages we get from these, and let's see what the cards want us to know. All right. Oh, wow. Okay, May, starting off with the Fool, the very beginning of the month, beginning of a journey. The Fool is associated with the planet Uranus, or Uranus. He is optimistic, to say the very least. He is major arcana. This would be about new doors, new paths, new opportunities opening up to us. It could feel a little bit scary, right? It could be a little bit challenging, but the Fool to me is always sort of exuberant, open-minded enough, sometimes even naive enough to think, well, don't worry, I can do this. And I don't mean naive in a bad way. It doesn't mean like naive, like he can't do it. He actually can, but you have to kind of keep that optimism with you, right? And so the Fool's moving, like the way that the card is depicted, he's moving towards a new journey. Are there dangers? Are there things to be learned along the journey? Of course. That's why he's kind of considered the Fool, right? It's because he doesn't necessarily know everything that he needs to know right out of the gate. The beauty about this is that we get to learn along the way. We have the sun lighting our path. We have our little companion dog down there to warn us if we get too close to the cliff, right? So this is about kind of keeping that mindset of optimism. If we're dealing with situations that are weighing us down or causing us confusion or bothering us, the Fool would be somebody that would not necessarily give that a lot of attention right now. He would sort of turn his head up to it and keep on moving. He wouldn't let it bring him down, right? He kind of, to me, is sort of high vibrational, but maybe in a space of not avoidance, but, you know, like, do I really want to deal with this right now? If we're finding ourselves in situations or have been dealing with situations where we don't, where we no longer want to pay attention to those situations, by all means, start a new journey. This would be the energy to do that. If we have a new idea, something that we want to see come to fruition, by all means, step forward and like stake a claim. It's the beginning of the month. We just had a full moon. It's an opportunity to sort of like not only let go of what we don't want, but also begin to create what we do now in this new cycle. So the Fool would definitely be indicative of that, right? The possibility of, you know, starting over in a way, if we need to look at it that way. Now, the next card is the Plantain, which is Nourish. This is from the HEDGEWITCH Botanical Oracle. I like this. I like that it's a fruiting plant, or a plant that provides food. Plantain to me is, we can eat plantains, and they're usually pretty sweet and delicious. They're kind of similar to bananas, I believe. Let me just look at this for a moment. I feel like there's a lot of optimism, renewed hope in the two of these cards together. I feel like we get to, I'm sort of obsessed with the idea that this is an edible plant, right? To me, when I look at this, it's like we get to feed ourselves the excitement or the opportunities, right? We get to choose whether or not we feed that to ourselves, or whether or not we imbibe in the sort of sweetness of that. The Fool would get wrapped up in that. The Fool would look for opportunity. The Fool would want to be optimistic, not necessarily knowing, maybe how he's going to get where he wants to go, but he's certainly going to make sure that he attempts to go there. He's going to take care of his needs as he goes there. That's sort of the idea of this plantain and this idea of nourish, like feeding oneself. And I mean feeding oneself, not just like, physically, but I'm also talking about mentally, spiritually, emotionally, right? Where do we need to sort of renew those areas of our life? Where is it that we can take better, like more, care of ourselves and sort of feed ourselves the optimism that the Fool possesses? Does that make sense? And I feel like these two cards play off of one another in a way, right? Where we want to be focused on the opportunity and the goodness that is around us, the richness that is around us, and allow that to nourish our souls, our bodies, our minds, our hearts. When we do that, it's a really powerful energy, and the Fool being major arcana is no slouch in that capacity. The other thing I will say that's underneath this from Sunday's reading is that beautiful Two of Cups energy. So remember that too also can nurture you. It's that sort of connection to self or connection to others, connection to your own life at an emotional level that should feel rich, should feel wonderful. It should, create ideally sustenance for you, emotionally, mentally, even maybe physically, right? So let's look at the grounding stone. So the grounding stone is happiness. This should be your focus today. This should be I feel like allowing sort of where we put our focus today. We should ground in our own happiness, in the happiness of our relationships, in making ourselves happy first and foremost, in nourishing ourselves and taking care of ourselves. In how do we do that, right? Where do we do that? Making that our sort of focal point. If we have to sort of step away from things that aren't making us happy, by all means, like I said earlier, do so, right? Pursue that thing that you want, that nourishes you, that desire, that opportunity or optimism within you. Allow that to take hold and take over. Allow that to be sort of your guide, and open new doors. I mean, I love that we're seeing him on the first of the month, right? So I feel like he's kind of like, there could be really big new things that we could be experiencing, or are doors that are opening, as long as we're focused on our happiness in pursuing that and allowing ourselves that, giving ourselves that. And that's also the Nourish card. That plantain card is just like, give yourself sort of the fruits or of your labor, right? The enjoyment of that. And so I hope that you can find opportunities, avenues, new ideas, things that maybe you didn't see sort of appearing today, for you to enjoy, for you to pursue, for you to experience and learn from, all at the same time. That is your forecast for the day. I hope it makes sense. If you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up sign and join the channel by subscribing. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live. And I will see you guys tomorrow. We start a new week tomorrow in the forecast. And have a great day. All right, take care and enjoy it. All right, bye-bye.